Right. Well, we know what's happening here on a political level. The Biden and Harris administration do not want a repeat of what, to the people on the ground, believed was a disastrous handling of that, especially that first week after Hurricane Helene hit. But unfortunately for Americans in harm's way, the regime didn't prioritize disaster management. Instead, they chose to install another woke radical as FEMA administrator.
Goal number one of the strategic plan for FEMA is to instill equity as a foundation of emergency management.
It's a really important part of my vision when I came into the agency, and I'm happy to see how it's evolved through the development of our strategic plan. By creating this diverse workforce is incredibly important to better represent the communities that we're helping.
DEI, priorities. Well, sure enough, instilling equity, as she said, is the first goal of the FEMA strategic plan for the years 2022 through 2026. It's right on the website. There are systemic differences in society that access alone cannot fix. FEMA must direct its resources to eliminate disparities in these outcomes. So our question tonight, how many resources were diverted from FEMA's actual mission to this DEI insanity?
Day to make sure that we can deliver emergency management services in an equitable way has been a priority. I have told my staff over and over again, just figure out a way to get out of our own way, right? And look at our policies and what can we do within our authorities to make sure that we understand the barriers that people are having.
The barriers. How about the barriers to getting food and electricity and internet service in a hurricane? But that's her agenda. It's not helping all Americans. It's making sure the real focus is on those who neatly fit into her left-wing narrative.
We need to continue to do this. We are taking a very place-based approach and focusing all of our efforts on the communities that need the most help, instead of always being able to provide the assistance to those that have the greatest means. And I think we're seeing some progress already. I think we're going to see a lot more progress in the years to come.
I'm sure everyone ravaged by Hurricane Helene and soon to be hit by another horrific hurricane, FEMA must think what? They have the greatest means, as she said? FEMA's just so brazen about its betrayal of its mission that they're even hosting webinars bragging about it.
Shift that we're seeing right now is a shift in emergency management from utilitarian principles where everything is designed for the greatest good for the greatest amount of people to disaster equity. But we have to do more.
I mean, this is not parody, guys. This is actually what they do. This is your tax dollars at work. And this is how backward the Biden-Harris priorities are. They value equity over everything else. And the consequences have been entirely predictable. More suffering for you, the American people. And now, as Hurricane Milton approaches Florida, FEMA is facing a severe staffing shortage, we understand, as fewer than 10% of the agency's disaster workers are available to respond to the hurricane. What does that even mean? But at least those few workers will be diverse. The government neglect and incompetence that we've witnessed over the past few weeks is a foreshadowing of things to come if Kamala gets to sit in the Oval Office. FEMA's stacked with woke radicals, but at the end of the day, they take orders from the president. And we'll all know that Kamala will solidify equity as the core mission in every government agency. But DEI is not just a loony left-wing idea we mock. It happens on college campuses. It actually threatens the safety and security of our people. And things will only get worse until it's rooted out in every societal institution, and certainly in every governmental institution.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.